this next set I am very excited for. Nicov and Slam, as I said before, two of my favorite players, and I cannot wait to get this going. So let's get this going, and let me just very quickly update the scoreboard so I don't forget. And I'm ready to go when you are.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I think Killer B is right now very upset with this. It's like, God, I wish I could have done this game because he loves Slam and
I
Nicov. I
know.
love Slam and Nicov, so.
Well, to be fair, he casted the Slam game last week,
Yeah,
and
that's fair enough.
now
Sharing's
it's your
caring.
turn. Exactly. I mean, I'm just like in on everything. Just greedy, but okay. Let's count down, and I'll switch the scene for those on the stream in 3, 2, 1. Go. And here we are, guys. Welcome to our first game in the second series of today. Nicov versus Slam here for the All-Star League Round 1. Up to the north of the map in the blue, we have Nicov playing as the Vietnamese. And down to the southeast in the red, we have Slam with the Vietnamese as well. The map here going to be Valley once again, randomly selected, of course, from our map pack. And joining me once again is going to be Milmano, hopefully this time ready with a little bit of a different intro.
Good evening.
Evening? It's
Good evening,
6 p.m.
That is the evening. Well, I class the evening. When it gets to 5 o'clock, that's it. It's the evening for me. So it's,
All right.
it's the evening. But you screwed up my intro, for Christ's sake.
Sorry.
I've been trying so hard.
Try again.
Okay, right. Good evening. All right, okay, we'll be serious now. So, Bally, RNG, the second time round we get it the first game. But Vietnamese are no longer Goths. It's the first time I've done a Bally where it's not Goths. So I'm very pleased. Well, Arch Civilization to begin with. Bally has been deer in the middle, generally an open map, more often than not. Goals is interesting as usual. Like we spoke about last game, it's you don't really get a main gold. It's like 5 gold tiles for each one. Bit different, but hey, that's what you're gonna go with. Nicov, interestingly though, just jump right into it, screw the rest of it. It's pushing a deer all the way from the middle.
Wow.
Oh my god. Look at that effort he's going into.
Well, I want to say, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing here because I can't remember exactly what was said, but Robo sent me a message that Nicov sent to him after this series of games, and he said, oh my god, Age of Empires HD, the lag, there's like no lag, and I think pushing the deer in from the middle, maybe proving that point a little bit, and yeah, nice start for Nicov, it seems, as he goes to grab his first boar out here as well. It looks to be like the maps are fairly even for both players. It does seem like both players have got back gold, so that's nice. Berries on the back for Nicov, but as we saw last game, berries aren't necessarily that important if they decide to go forward with a mill. And yeah, it seems like both players off to pretty reasonable start.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we not see a Goths game, I'm a little bit interested to see what they're going to go with. We could probably still see a similar method in terms of going for a drush, try and at least claim the middle as much as possible, use the mills to try and get those resources in of the hunt and the shorefish if they feel like it. But I am wow. Have you seen Slam? Like he's got 2 deer underneath his TC. Did he find that from? Oh yeah, from the southeast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh, that's really nice for him. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what's going to happen here with particularly Slam. His base is looking very interesting. Stones on the front. He's got some great gold, though. Look at that gold right at the back.
Yeah.
Safe as houses, my friends. You can put 2 TCs, like one at the top on the right, on the right side of that TC, and then one to the south. Oh, my God. That could be amazing. But, yeah. Interesting, though, this time around as well in comparison. I want to keep talking, because why not? But sheep rather than cows, so 50 less food. Something to point out up on this time, because last game when we saw and the one we loved both had cows, and that's a big food difference. 50 for each one? That's insane.
Well, when you have eight sheep or 8 cows, obviously that difference is going to be pretty significant if you get 50 extra food on each cow. And I think that's part of the reason why when we have cows on the map, we do see players going for a more men-at-arms kind of heavy play. Like in that last game, we saw BacT versus TaToH. We did see like TaToH making 10 men-at-arms. And I think part of the reason for that is just because of those cows as well, like giving them so much additional food. But right here, we've got the barracks coming up for Slam, 6 minutes 20, so he is going to build some militia and start contesting the center of the map. Nicov does seem to be playing a little more defensively, actually. You can see how he's built these houses at the south of his TC up towards it to make like a little choke point. He's started to wall off the right side, and there's definitely no barracks coming up just yet. The Vietnamese are a really good archer civ. They get extra health on their archers and also their skirmishes in the feudal age, every age, giving them quite the extra tankiness. And maybe Nikov's going to try and go straight into those archer units this game and leave himself potentially a little bit exposed to a rush here, as Slam is starting to not produce militia. He built barracks, but he's going up to feudal first. It looks like he's going to go for men-at-arms instead, by the looks of things.
Just a fake drush, put one militia in it, put the flag up, make people think it's going to be a drush. Oh, no one does that anymore. I miss those days. So he's just going to do some walls on the left-hand side for Slam. Nikov's actually gone some more walling towards the back of the map, interestingly, next to that wood line. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think he wants to go to that feudal age and go for that early on archers. So he's trying to make sure he makes every step possible to make sure that everything is safe. So by doing those early walls, Slam's clicked up. Nicov is probably on the way as well. Yeah, it's just about similar timing, actually.
Oh, they're identical
neck and neck
right now, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I think there's like 1% in it towards Nicov. I think Nikov's like, a fraction of a second faster. 22 pop for Slam, 22 pop for Nicov. I mean, they're basically mirroring each other right now. And that barracks kind of threw me off. I mean, it came up as 6 minutes 20, which is your typical timing for a drush. And then he just idled it. And I don't know, maybe Slam was trying to play some mind games with Nicov a little bit, but Nikov's going to see that there's no flag on the barracks. He's going to have scouted this and know that there's no militia on the way, and so he's feeling pretty comfortable right now. And we'll see what's going on with this, because he's also added his own barracks. Will he make some man-at-arms? Will he make some militia? Well, no, because he's not taking the gold right now. And what I'm anticipating is we'll see archery ranges coming up, and we'll see some skirmishes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and no one on gold, so
yeah,
a one-way method. He could. I just maybe want to throw out. He could do a stable and maybe do some scouts. It's definitely not out of the question, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a build like that. So I would probably assume you're correct in terms of being an archery range. Well, it wouldn't make much sense otherwise, but there we go.
Yeah,
there's the archery range.
The Vietnamese don't have the worst knights. I mean, the late game, they're going to fall off, obviously, but I mean, they could do scouts. They get bloodlines, so I mean, they can go into scouts as well, but I mean, why not take advantage of your civ bonus, which is the extra HP each age, and sure, they'll go into skirms. And with both players opening with skirms, if that is indeed the case, which it surely is, since nobody, as we said, is on gold, I anticipate this is going to be quite a slow early to mid game, because as we said before, many times skirmishes make terrible raiders, and for now, I mean, I anticipate it's going to be quite a slow build-up with the skirmishes here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, just could be quite a long, drawn-out feudal war. Oh yeah, Slam didn't even bother with with any of the militia. Just gone straight into double range himself. The blacks were coming down as well. Wow,
yeah,
that threw me right off. That has.
Which makes the barracks that early even weirder. Because, I mean, there's literally no reason to build the barracks that early if you're planning. Maybe he just changed his mind. Or maybe, as we said, he was trying to play a little mind game or something. I mean, at the end of the day, you need the barracks to build the ranges anyway, so why not? But, yeah, so right now, skirms from both players. Nikov's base and Slam's base, actually, looking very walled up. And the way these guys are just playing this, I mean, look at the walls from Slam on the right side as well. It's just both players walling up like crazy. I think both players really want to go into the castle age and probably go for castles and Rattan archers by the looks of things. You wouldn't be walling up this heavily if you weren't planning to go to the late game here.
Yeah, there's no way they would do this without having a game plan in mind. The interesting thing for Slam in this case, if you're going for the Rattan Archer build, if you're going to do that in the castle age, is Slam's Stone. Now, the one on the right is being walled up alongside it, sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
2 tiles, not very accessible, I'd say, if you wanted to go heavy on the Stone. There is one on the front, but that is quite exposed itself. You could probably get away with it if you put a tower, but do you really want to put a tower on a stone pile?
No, not really.
It's like, no. I mean, I wouldn't want to when I got 2 ranges and skirms like right next to it. So it's a bit of a tricky situation for Slam. He may go for it. He might just decide to go with like a crossbow, elite skirmishes. Probably elite skirmishes, actually, I probably imagine anyway. And then maybe look to get that castle up because he's got some great positions for castles. So it's definitely a possibility. I expect it in that case, but a bit more tricky for Slam.
Yeah, I think Nicov definitely has the better stone piles. I mean, they are forward, but the way he's walled this, should be able to secure the stone if he wants it. I mean, another thing to consider as well is, as I said before, although the Vietnamese don't have the best heavy cavalry in the super late game, in the Castle Age, they do get knights with bloodlines +2. They could go into some knights if there are a lot of skirms out, either that or siege mangonels and that kind of thing. So for now, I mean, both players taking it very easy. I mean, Slam's just defending on his hill here. Nikov's got his army inside of his walls. And neither player's really ready to commit to making an engagement, which is kind of unusual. I mean, normally you'd expect players to at least try and poke and prod a little bit and see if they could find something. But what we're instead seeing is both players just happy and content to sit back. In fact, Nicov stopping military production altogether here and just focusing on his eco, getting the eco upgrades and, yeah, basically building up his economy and leaving his archery ranges idle.
Yeah, well, skirmishes do absolutely nothing to walls or any sort of structure, so it'd be very hard for Slam to push in. You have plenty of time as well to react to it, so it's really good forward thinking here from Nicov. He's even going as far as doing double palisade walls. My God,
wow!
It was. I mean, are we watching a Chinese player at the moment? It's Tim. Oh God. Okay. Well,
it's definitely not standard to see this kind of style, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's like for both players to just mirror each other, but the problem is once one player is fully walled, it's a very powerful position for them to be in, and oftentimes that kind of forces the other player to wall up as well, because it's like wall or die. I mean, if you're exposed and your opponent can poke at you, then you've got problems. So, I mean, Slam's moving out. He's got a lot of skirms. But with double layers of palisades, I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to get through. He might get lucky and find this one villager on the right side that's currently building. But, I mean, that's got to be lucky. He's got to hit this villager 40 times with these skirmishes to kill him. And, a third of his health gone from one volley. But, yeah, it's more than enough time to get away.
Interesting, though. Trying to poke through. This is forcing a tower out from Nicov here to defend this part of the map. I don't think it was ideal for him, but he's been forced to do so. Quick house just to make sure everything is a-okay. But look at that mining camp, man. That is a 2-in-1. I love that situation.
The efficiency to the max right there. You gotta love it. But what's not fortunate for Nicov here is he's forced to build a tower to defend a little bit, which means that this army is significant enough to pose a risk to Nikov's defense. As you can see, he did take down the palisade, and he wasn't able to complete the second layer. So, I mean, Slam obviously has a larger military since Nicov did stop production. As a result, I mean, we should expect to see Nicov hit the Castle Age first, unless he is now swinging his production into high gear. But look at these walls. I mean, this is so defensive right now. And it's a bit of a mess, to be honest.
It is. This is not ideal, because he's restricting his maps more and more and more. Like this gold now that he had, which was, I would say, quite secure at the back, is no longer, well, will be no longer, I think, anyways, secure for him. So it's a real big problem. He has got the one in the front, but when we get to that later game with the Rattan archers coming out and everything, that's not a secure gold anymore as such, because the tower he's used, well, that was only there just to deny Slam entering, but now he's in on another part of the map. This is becoming a problem for Nicov. He's got to address it somehow.
So, well, he's done +1 defense on these skirms. And he's making a stable right now as well. So I'm expecting knights once he hits the castle age. He's about to click up, and he's made a few more skirms, currently idling his ranges. He's got the hill here as well, so he's just going to be able to push Slam away. But for the time being, he's going to click up castle. Slam, well, he's like 2 seconds behind as well. So 11% for Nicov, 8% for Slam. And Slam's in a much better position at the moment just because of this map control and the forced re-walling from Nicov, the forced tower from Nicov.
Yeah, absolutely. It's in good control. A little bit of harassment here and there, especially in that wood line. It's really nice. Interesting move from Nicov, though, sending those skirmishes out. I think he wants to try and push those skirmishes away. I don't think he's very happy about it. Or he could be trying to get some scouting information himself. But what is interesting, though, he's not only dropped that first stable, but 2 stables have now dropped down. He's heavy on the gold. Now, this, decent amount of farms, this could be what? Could you be thinking about +2 knights, heavy push, maybe forward siege workshop thrown on top as well? Get some of the mangonels or rams out, try and get like an early ending. Do you think that's possible, or?
No, but I think Nicov will want to do the siege workshop because Slam is actually not making any stables. He's transitioning into archers by the looks of things, and he's got a lot of farms up though. So I mean, he could also easily transition to knights. But Slam's also gathering enough stone for a castle here. So I mean, I think Nikov's definitely going to look to try and push very hard in the castle age, especially with 2 stables. I mean, you don't build 2 stables if you want to do some kind of weak push. That's very aggressive. He's also mining stone slowly, so he will be able to get a second TC eventually. But I definitely expect to see Nicov get pretty heavy on the knights here. And I mean, it should work pretty well against all these skirms. Question is, what's Slam's move as well? Because Slam, I mean, look at his eco. He's got so much wood. He could easily throw down 2 TCs. He's got loads of food in surplus as well. And Slam with map control right now, going to feel pretty confident, I think, putting the TCs up.
Yeah, he's going to elite skirmisher. He's going to get the bodkin out, but he's also, very interestingly, drops down immediately that university. He wants to get that early ballistics, make those skirmishers pretty badass, but well,
didn't count.
Here come the knights. +1 defense and bloodlines. Oh, oh, but oh my god. Oh, they're stronger than I thought. Oh, Nicov, you gotta be worried here, buddy. You gotta get everything in line.
Well, Elite Scum coming in for Slam, and the Knight is going down pretty quickly. He just doesn't have numbers at this point. He needs, like, a good number of Knights in here. +2 obviously done for Slam as well. And so Slam able to break through, but I don't know, with the Skirms coming in from Nicov at the back, and with Nicov pushing the Knights forward now, I don't know, I think Slam's got to get into a better position. The Knights actually going down very quickly, though, aren't they? That's quite something right there.
Yeah, he was doing really good work there, Slam, because what he was doing, what he's trying to do right now, it's not going to work so well because he's in more of an open field, but he was able to micro-effectively in terms of making sure all the elite skirmishers were hitting a target at the time. Now they're all broken up and the minimum rage has kicked in, so it has to run away. But at that point, he was doing a lot of damage because of it, and that was really smart. He's able to do, I would think, personally, a very efficient trade there. If he gets one more night, then it would be perfect.
Absolutely.
May not be able to now.
I was saying this before, like in the last game, like it doesn't matter if you make a counter unit to something. If you're outnumbered 10-1, you're still going to lose. Nicov, though, is able to keep the Knights coming out, and he's able to push this back now with his own skirms. But Slam's got so much map control from this, and I was completely off the mark with the 2 new TCs. He was indeed saving for a castle, and that's going to be a castle on the hill at the front of his base, and probably straight into Rattan archers, which is, I think, a powerful move from Slam here.
Yeah, it's a really nice effective option there, and I love what he did there as well, just moving those skirmishes way up to the top, as far away as possible, making sure Nicov was dedicating his resources or his units to try and deal with the problem, and then that allowed enough time to get the castle up. So really well played there by Slam. And then, of course, now the second and third TCs will be dropping shortly. Second TC is down, well, going to be built to the south. Yes, this is really nice, effective play from Slam. And here come those Rattan archers we were talking about.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit behind you, so I'm just going to speed up slightly.
Yeah, I'm on 27 now.
Okay, I'll go a little faster. There we go. Great. So, yeah, the Rattan archers here are super good because although, yes, there are a lot of skirms out, the Rattan archers have such high pierce armor that they can actually even contend with skirms quite well. Plus the extra HP that they've got. And against the knights, they're also going to be pretty effective once he gets a decent number. The problem is for Slam, I mean, it is quite slow. It's going to take him a while to get enough Rattan archers out. He's only producing them from one castle, whereas if you consider Nicov, you know, he's able to pump out knights from 2 stables. He doesn't have +2 yet, but even still, I mean, I think he's in a good position. I was wrong about the HP, by the way. I thought for some reason the Rattan Archer had 50 health, but that's the Plumed Archer. Because in my mind, Rattan Archer, Plumed Archer, it's like almost the same, but the Rattan Archer has less health but more pierce armor. That's the key difference.
Yeah,
there.
I know what you mean. It's fine. I forgive you. It's okay. But what is interesting, though, is Slam here. So the castle on the front, that's protecting the front section. He's walled the left-hand side, and I was thinking, well, the right's looking probably a little bit weak, but no, drop the TC on it. That's a great TC. Covers the gold, stone, again, and then also another entry. And it will allow him to expand further out to those extra golds and stones. So really well thought out there by Slam. That was really good thinking.
Yeah, definitely. He's walled up with stone, so I mean, the funny thing is Nicov as well. I mean, Nikov's building like a team wall here. It's like, yep, let's just wall off my half of the map completely. Man, that reminds me of the good old days. That's how I used to play every game. Just a big, massive wall across the middle of the map. Ultimate fortification. But right now, a little skirmish going on in the middle of the map here. There's not that many Rattan archers mixed in, but there's a very small number of knights. So it looks like Slam's going to come out on top. Bear in mind, Slam dropping down that university, has got ballistics, is going to clean things up here quite nicely. And, you know, Nicov trying to micro his units there, but it doesn't work. You can't micro your units when your opponent's got the ballistics technology up. So right here, going to be a good victory for Slam in the center. And once again, map control remains in his favor. Nicov, though, moving over to stone with a few more vills, and he's got to be looking for a castle of his own eventually here.
Yeah, he has to. He's pretty much cut down the knight production. He's only got a few knights back at base. He's got Siege Workshop, interestingly, so Mangonel will be coming out to try and deal with this problem. What is... Oh, if I say it, he's going to go for the tree cut. He's going to try and go... Why are you setting the build? Oh, my God. Do it.
Yes, Slam with the plays. He's going to...
And then the crossbow comes up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was going to mention this, and he does it already. Oh, and he palisades to make sure he doesn't do it again.
Very nice.
Oh, my God. That is insane.
Lovely play, Slam.
Thank you.
All right, so it's
so
actually going to force Nicov to actually delete his walls so he can go out with the knights. Actually going to work quite well for Nicov here. I mean, it was a great play by Slam with the tree hop, but I mean, it's ultimately not going to work out. If anything, it's going to alert Nicov to the problem and allow him to wall it up now. But, I mean, it was a nice try, to say the least. And I was thinking the same thing as well, but I was kind of distracted at the time. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that can actually, you know, it can be a game-winning move in cases. This time around, it probably even worked out for Nicov that he did do that.
Yeah, actually, thank you for removing the tree.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered, but now you've done that. It could have worked. It was just 2 problems he had with it. One was, for some reason, his skirmish was going way up the top. And the second was that he had skirmishes. If he had Rattan archers instead, that could have been huge. But Nicov, 2 Mangonels already out in the field, so he's ready to deal with the archer problem. He's still sticking with the knights, though. There's a few more out there than I saw earlier. Is he really going to stick with that?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not something you want to transition into the Imperial Age with. And Nicov is very close to clicking up to the Imperial Age right now.
Are you joking?
What?
Oh my God. He's going up to... Okay, I was not expecting that.
He's up, man. He is up. And that's a really good time for him. Slam, on the other hand, is also clicking up right now as well. And at this point, I mean, Nicov doesn't have a castle up. I'd still pin Slam as the leader at the moment.
Yes. I would say that just on the map control, for sure. And I think his base is better for the late game in general, in my opinion. But let's see how Nikov's going to play it out, of course. There's knights moving in. I love the outpost. Oh yeah. Love the outpost. Oof. I don't see enough of them these days.
Slam is really thinking very strategically this game. You know, with the tree hop, with the outpost to give him the vision. But in come 2 Mangonels, he's going to have to deal with this. And at the moment, he only has Rattan archers and skirms. So it's a little bit little bit dicey going up against 2 mangonels on a hill. For now, though, garrisoning inside the TC with 9 villagers, not ideal. And we got a castle drop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That one from Nicov. Oh my god.
That's so ballsy.
Oh, but it's getting blocked by the skirmishes. Don't move them back. Oh, god.
Oh, wow. He's got balls of steel. And Slam with so many vills on here as well, sending his army forward. Where's Nikov's army? It's out of position. Nikov's forced to delete the castle. No way. Slam. I can't believe he gets away with that. I cannot believe he gets to do this. That shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Oh, my
wow.
God.
Unbelievable.
That was so well played by Slam. Instead of sending the units to try and defend, he just goes, screw it, I'm going to come against you because you got nothing.
Absolutely.
That is brilliant. And now Nikov's got to build it further back. Oh, that is great. And of course now, when it gets to the Imperial Age on top of this, sorry, I think I'm overextending my teaching, but 2 castles against 1, 2 Trebs comes out. He can focus that down very easily because he's got the castle very far forward and it's denying the gold on the front. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Top class.
That was a power play by Slam right there. And that was very nice. Also, I mean, he does have to eventually deal with this aggression on the right. I mean, his TC is hurting Zico a little bit. But right now, Slam, I think he's just going to keep pushing his advantage on the front out here. He's getting Trebs out straight away, so he can immediately contest the castle of Nicov. And, I mean, the only thing I'd be concerned about is the fact that he's got a lot of idols on this right side. But once he can deal with that, should be no problem. And he's going to do that right now. He's got a knight going over. Looking to take out the mangonels with that. He's got his Rattan archers at the rear. And we should see 1 mangonel going down. And then some nice Slam micro to finish things not off. Okay.
Well, just send 1 archer. Or send a villager. Okay, he's going to do it now. He's going to do it now.
Okay, nice.
Come on. There we go.
I mean, this is really feeling like a Mayan war right now, with the exception of the knights replacing the eagle warriors, almost. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
It's so, like, you know, it's all about having the castle's advantage. It's all about having a massive Rattan archers, and don't be surprised if they start getting rams out as well before long. That's if Slam doesn't close things out. I mean, right now, Nicov does have the score lead. We've got the Treb war kicking off, and I mean, Slam, this is a ballsy castle. It will deny the gold, but if Nicov gets this and is able to push this back, then he's still not in a terrible position. I mean, he's actually got both golds at the back of his base to rely on for the time being. So,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely right.
I do feel like Nicov still, it's not the end of the world for him right here.
No, not entirely just yet, but here comes the interesting part. You've got 2 trebuchets, you can keep your castle up relatively easily when you've got a lot of villagers in it, but when you get that 3rd and 4th treb, that's when it changes, because that damage is insane. But what is also interesting, Nicov having that chemistry upgrade, like that's pretty significant, with the extra damage coming in as well from the trebuchet. But it won't be enough, because there's only 2 compared to 4, so.
Yeah, and he actually doesn't have more trebs queued up because he can't afford them, so that is also a problem. Nicov, though, does have more population right now, and I think Nicov actually may have a bigger economy at this stage. He's only got 22 military versus Slam's 28, yet Nicov does have a population lead, so I'm guessing Nikov's got a few more villagers out on the field at the moment. But he does sadly lose his castle, and now the pressure is on, because if he can't take this castle out from Slam, it's going to get very difficult. But look at that, we got Bombard cannons coming out.
Hello.
That's going to change the tide of a Treb war, but it might be a little late for Nicov here.
Yeah, so it seems. That Lager castle now is going to be a real problem in terms of protection. They can move in if they want to. The trebuchets, yeah, it should be focused. Oh, wow, it took out the Bombard cannon. Okay.
Oh, wow. That doesn't happen very often, but
no,
I mean,
really.
the Bombard cannon should be able to counter the Trebs quite easily, and I don't think Slam's done chemistry, unless I'm completely mistaken, but right now... No, wait, no, he has done chemistry, sorry. He did do chemistry. He's got +4 on the skirm, so yeah, he did complete that. I wonder if Slam... Well, he doesn't have a siege workshop, so no Bombard cannons for Slam here. There are a lot of Trebs, however.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
It's gonna take that Treb out unless he gets repaired. Oh, Wow, they all missed. That's unfortunate. but the castle's still standing there from Slam. This is so important for him. He's got to keep up as much as possible, and it should stay up. I can't see this, going down anytime soon. And I say this with trepidation, but
Well, I think what's interesting is that Nicov could kill these Trebs here if he micros his Bombard cannons quite well. The problem is his own Treb has gone down, and now, well, Slam starting to build up quite a force, keeping himself in a good position here, maintaining map control as always, and we spoke about this a lot this game, but map control here for Slam looking very nice. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be real tough for Nicov here. His back is definitely pressed against the wall. Mass skirms coming out, more Bombard cannons coming out. And Nicov here just trying to bide his time, wait for the right time to strike. And at the moment, it's all going to rely on hitting those Bombard cannon shots, I feel.
Yeah, he's trying to focus the cast down, interestingly, rather than the Trebuchets, which is... It's because he can't really seem to find himself to get in a position where he can focus him down. He should be going more to the left rather than, for some reason, focusing the castle, because it can be easily repaired. It doesn't do enough damage. So he needs to get a couple more out, move him to the left-hand side, or if Slam wants to push him forward, the Trebuchets. But I think Slam should probably be focusing, like you said, get some siege workshops up. And there we go.
Yeah, first
get your own Bombard cannons out. There's the first one up.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think right now it's actually pretty good for Nicov to focus the castle because Slam's forced to repair it, which is actually causing him to spend a lot of stone in repairs. And that means that Slam doesn't have more castles, which means that Slam isn't mass-producing Rattan archers all day long. So I don't know, I almost feel like focusing the castle here is actually still a good thing for Nicov. Slam just get out of here with the house, he says. That house is insulting. 4 Trebs deploying on a single house right there, showing who's boss. And again, being a nuisance. But look at the castle now. Less than half health. 4 Bombard cannons go into town.
Ooh.
It looks like it's going to fall, to be honest with you. Even with all these repairs. I can't believe that. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's gone, yeah. Well, Nico loves having his back against the wall.
Wait, no, it's not gone.
Oh, what?
What the hell? Okay. I think Nicov thought it was gone because you bought the Bombard cannons back as well. So, not yet. What's he doing with his bills? Nicov, please.
Is he? What?
Oh. I think he thought the castle was going to go down. I thought the castle was going to go down. But no, it's not gone. Nikov's still unable to kill this castle here. And now we've got Bombard cannons from Slam as well. And this is a ridiculous fight. It's been going on for so long just in this one area. But, wow. I mean, even the Trebs are managing to snipe the Bombard cannons at the moment. As Slam builds a second castle behind his first one. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult now for him to take this castle down because he hasn't got any Trebs yet until he doesn't. He's got a castle up at the back. But the Bombard cannons, got to be careful because Slam's got his own, but they just got taken out. What the? By what? Was it the skirmishes just went in, just sniped it?
It might have been the Bombard cannon from Nicov, sorry, Slam even. But yeah, I mean, right now, Nicov is just holding this area of the map quite well. He is about 10 population behind, but now the Rattan archers are coming in. 8 pierce armor. The skirms should have the advantage here, though. But I think it's a numbers game still. I think Slam just has the numbers on his side. You can see Nicov trying to do light cavalry here. And if he can take enough of these Rattan archers down, then yeah, the light cavalry can come in and kill the siege. But at the moment, Slam holding his ground, holding steady, and looking very, very good, whilst Nicov makes the move to the right side of the map. And it looks to me like he's going to start raiding with light cavalry out there. Try and maybe cause a bit of a distraction and try to... just reduce the pressure on the front line here.
Yeah, he needs to try and relieve some pressure, that's for sure. Those Rattan archers aren't even elite yet. And 8 pierce armor, it's gigantic. But what is really important, though, when they're having that engagement between these skirmishes, are those Bombard cannons, because the splash damage, because they're all so packed up together at the moment, means they can do a lot more damage towards them, on both sides as well, even on the elite skirmishes. So it's really interesting. They really got to be focused. It's actually a really good game in terms of seeing how focused they need to be on trying to take the castle down, but at the same time, they're engaging to make sure, see like that, 3 skirmishes popping down when that could have been avoidable, you could say. So this is a really good case of this game. So Nikov's economy is looking a little bit shabby, though. He's having to start stretching out a little bit towards the further back. The gold in particular is a real problem because that castle's still locking down that gold of his. and he only has how many relics?
Well, Nicov has
One.
got 1,200 gold in the bank, so his gold's okay for now. He's got it banked up, but his eco looks like a right mess. I was just looking at this a minute ago. You know, so many idle villagers. His wood's getting messy. His farms are like screw. How is he planning on making so many light cavalry if he hasn't got enough farms? For example, his farms are really in short supply. But Nikov's starting to spam on the right side, and it's going to bring a few villagers into the TC. It's going to bring a few Rattan archers back, but I don't think it's enough of a distraction. Nicov still needs to clean out the front here, and he's got his another Trebuchet up right now. As Slam brings in the mass repairs onto the castle. He's about to run out of stone, so we'll see if he ends up losing the castle here or if he ends up buying stone.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something. There is extra stone up into the north of his base, well, you could say his base, but look, Nico's putting a TC on it. He wants to claim it. He needs that stone himself, so... Oh, Cavalier!
Yeah.
Whoa. Hello. There we go. GG.
Wow, man, that was all it took. That was all it took. The Cavalier upgrade from Slam coming in, and... there you have it. I mean, Nikov's like, right, that's clearly me done. I don't know if that might have been a little premature, but I think he was feeling like he was stretched to the limit right there. He had a lot of gold in the bank, but he didn't have any food or wood. And with those Cavalier coming in, supported by the Rattan archers, I think he would have lost that army. And then the resulting damage probably would have been too much to sort of claw back. Yeah, I was surprised to see Nikov's economy looking so messy that game, and I think that might have let him down quite a bit.
I think it was just so primarily focused, which is what I would have easily done, by the way. So focused on that middle point, just everything around him wasn't going as smoothly as he probably would have liked to have done. So it's a bit unfortunate there, but really well played by Slam, has to be said. That the execution was pretty well spot on. Just a little bit lacking when it came to that little bit afterwards, when, like, in that in-between stage. But he responded really well with the Cavalier, so that was really nice to see. And then that just closed the game out, so really well played.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, the thing is, we said before that, the Vietnamese don't get the best heavy cavalry, and that's true. They don't have Paladin. They don't get. I don't think they get blast furnace either, so they can't get the full upgrades from the blacksmith. But I don't know. I mean, Cavalier with bloodlines and +4 defense, it's probably enough to break that. When Nikov's got quite a lot of trash, and it doesn't take much to give him quite an edge in that push there. So nicely done by Salam. He's going to get the first point on the board here in this 3-game series, and we'll take a quick look at the achievements as well.
Oh, yeah. Quite even on the units killed to lost on the ratio. 125 for Slam on the kill, 114 from Nicov. That's quite close. It's closer than I thought, actually. I thought it would have been a lot more, but it's still a win for Slam.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised, actually, as well. I mean, it was pretty close. I think it was probably closer than Nicov maybe realized in the end as well. I think maybe he was just kind of feeling the heat too much on the front. But if you look at the resources collected, I mean, Nicov gathered more wood, he gathered more food. He obviously gathered a lot less gold, but let's not forget he did have 1,200 gold in the bank at the end of the game as well. Research count 31 for both players. Nicov fastest at every age. Villager high. Nicov captured 2 relics, 606 gold from relics. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the stats, it looks like Nicov should have had the edge.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been, like a clean-cut game, it seems, at the end. It's kind of weird. That's really weird. It must have just been sheer efficiency here from Slam and what he was doing with his resources. That's what it probably came down to more than anything else. Just like that 4,000 food difference. But Slam wasn't really making much in the food department until the end when he was making Cavalier. Because he was making what? Just Bombard cannons, Trebuchets, Rattan archers, and skirmishes. But it just that's where 15,000 food is coming from. So
it just goes to show that having map control and being able to put that much pressure on, I think Slam was like in Nikov's head a little bit, and I think Nicov just kind of felt like, well, with this push from Slam, can I really pull it back? And I think the answer to that was no. So it was, I think, Slam just with better strats in general, really ballsy castle placement and getting into Nikov's head a little bit there. I certainly think Nicov, looking at the post-game stats, wasn't that far behind. I mean, the fact that he had relics, the fact that he had the villager hide, there's a few things that look pretty positive for him. But Slam was able to just outplay him ultimately, and very well done by him indeed. We're going to go to game 2.